Another day, another stupid video to make. You ready for this picture frame, PBG? I don't like this. I don't like being in here. Hey, shut up! What game we gonna talk about today?
A Pagemaster.
One more time?
A Pagemaster.
What was that?
A Pagemaster.
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble understanding what you're saying.
A page.
Oh, come on, you heard me the first time!
The Pagemaster! I used to watch this movie all the time as a kid.
It taught me to face my fears and to never be afraid of anything.
I'm a potatoes! I'm a potatoes!
There's a shark! Oh, there's a shark! Yeah. Something like that, anyways.
But one of the things I remember most about this movie is the commercial at the beginning for the video game. It had enemies! It had tricks! It had special navigation system!
Which allows you to enter different game levels whenever you want.
I always thought it looked so cool, and despite how many times I watched that, I never ended up actually playing it.
Until right this very second. Actually, I already played it. This is definitely done post me playing the game. Just a little illusion I'm trying to keep up with here, so bear with me. I'm sorry for lying.
Alright, let's do this. Get ready for the torture chamber? The first level is a torture chamber?
I think I'm not so sure about this game anymore.
One of the first things you'll notice about this game is the sound effect used for when Richard Tyler, that's the name of the main character by the way, lands after a jump. And it plays every single time. Seriously, what does he weigh? 932 pounds? This game is already crazy. There are so many weird things that want to kill you. Of course, being the Pagemaster, a movie that attempts to trick kids into thinking reading is fun, there are many savage books that attack you, which I gotta say really isn't making me want to read anything. There's also this hand, which is honestly kind of terrifying. I do not want to know whose body that hand belongs to, let's just put it that way. The moral of the movie, other than read, please read, oh God, is to overcome your fears. But I gotta say, if this was my life, I wouldn't even want to be brave. I would say that facing your fears in this particular reality is pretty irresponsible advice, actually. Also, pumpkins! Oh, and I can't forget to mention the best enemy of them all, this amazing ghost. A+. There's a few different power-ups you can get in this game. One that helps you jump higher, also you sparkle. And there's some blueberry-looking projectiles that I think are supposed to be eyeballs. Then there's this thing which does, I don't know, nothing, I think. They all also act as one extra hit you can take. You know, think the mushroom in Super Mario or the armor suit in Ghosts and Goblins. And I guess you're supposed to pick up these key-looking thingies, because there's a lot of them. The level names in this game are basically all puns. We've got the Living Red. Then there's Bowled Over. Get it? Because we're in this dragon's butt, I think. And of course we can't forget Stalking Around. It's funny because there are certain dangerous individuals who persistently observe people that they're obsessed with. And also we're on beanstalks. Puns. And speaking of the levels, a lot of levels in the first world, the horror world, are just dark. What is this? This isn't challenging or fun, it's just freaking annoying. I don't like it. I mean, look at this. I'm standing on spikes and I don't even realize it. Yes, I'm standing on spikes and I don't even realize it. Once you beat all the horror levels, just like in the movie, you go to Adventure Island. Wait, I guess it's Adventure World. But you can finally get a dang save password and I can stop going back to level 1 to stock up on lives every 5 seconds. So that's cool. And you even get to fly there. And it's great. Out of fairy dust? Well then Whoopi freaking Goldberg better go get me some more! Adventure World. there's a lot of ship levels. But this one is different because it's raining now. And it's even raining inside the ship. That's probably how it's supposed to be. Definitely the coolest part of Adventure World is the sword power-up. Aw yeah, it's just like in the movie. Except it's not really. The biggest thing I noticed about Adventure World other than ships was how much easier it is. All the levels feel less dangerous, more open with less enemies, and it almost feels like way less time was put into it. Maybe they had a rush deadline to make, I don't know. There's also way more coins, so you get tons of extra lives. Also, the keys are coins now. I forgot to mention that. One nifty thing about the gameplay in general that I haven't mentioned yet are the level designs. Most levels up to this point have been very non-linear. There's a lot of different ways you can go, and there's even a lot of cool secrets to find, like the secret levels. Kinda taking the phrase, dive into a good book, a little too literally there, eh, Richard? Get it? I don't. And with that, let's go to the final world, the fantasy world. Now we're collecting these things. I'm just gonna pretend they're Cadbury eggs.
Because I freaking love Cadbury eggs, okay?
Since we're in fantasy world now, we have a new array of characters from fairy tales, like more books and Gandalf. And there's the big bad wolf. You better be careful or he'll huff and he'll puff and he'll vomit pigs out of his mouth. I'm pretty sure that's not how the story went. And how many pigs did this guy eat? Holy crap! Other than the cool magic attack you can get, the fantasy world is just more of the same. I beat a bunch of levels and eventually made it to the end of the road. All right, finally at the end of the game, and I've got plenty of lives, so let's do this. Dang it! Oh, jeez. Oh, come on! Oh, again? Are you kidding me? There were spikes there too? Look at the trickery! The trickery! Ah, oh, okay, focus! Focus! One life left! Bob Saget! No! No! I can't believe this! I lost in the last level of the game! After the horror world, the adventure world and the fantasy world were a complete breeze. There were very few tricky parts, tough enemies, heck, there were barely any enemies at all. I even got so many extra lives that the game couldn't keep track of it. I mean, to be fair, it can only count to 9. But still. And then I get to the last level and there's enemies and spikes everywhere. I mean, it makes sense that the final stage would be more difficult, but wow. It really caught me off guard. Or I just got nervous and choked. That's also a distinct possibility. Well, there's no way I'm gonna go back and do all that again, so we may as well just look up the ending on the good old internet. Well done! You completed the Pagemaster. That's it? That's one of the worst endings I have ever seen. And just look at that guy's face! He looks like he's mad at you for winning. You know what? I'm glad I didn't beat the game now. Apparently this is the bad ending. You can only get the good ending if you collect every single library card in the game. These things. They're really sparkly. And that means they're a good thing. You know, like fire. Now I have no idea if the good ending is actually good or not, because apparently nobody on the internet has ever bothered to do it. And I'm certainly not gonna be the first. In the end, the Pagemaster is a pretty average platformer. Not great, but not terrible. I'd really only recommend it to people who were fans of the movie growing up. It relives some of the nostalgia, like the exit sign being visible in a lot of the maps, and there is some fun to be had here. And with that, I have only one thing left to say, and it's actually about the movie, not the game. If Christopher Lloyd really likes books that much, why exactly does he refuse to let Richard Tyler take home 3 books instead of 2? I mean, if you have this many books in your library with approximately this many people in it, I don't think you have to be that stingy. That's a jerk move, Christopher. A jerk move. Hey everybody, thanks for watching my video. I hope you liked it. If you want to keep up to date with when new videos are released, then click this little subscribe button that's cleverly placed right about here. Or you can always follow me on Facebook and Twitter because I post that kind of stuff there, and I also post other kind of stuff that's not that there. Just do it. And while you're here, why not check out some of the other videos I've done? You can click on them right here. And I'll see you next time. Hello? Hello? Anybody? Is anybody? Anybody? Hello?